Spring is in the air here in New Zealand, and it's a time for new beginnings, new things. You can feel it in the air, you can feel it everywhere. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about starting new things. I know that I have listeners from all over the world, and I know that there's not spring everywhere, but I kind of want to feel into that energy of new beginnings, new things, starting new things. So yeah, I am starting the second season of the Sensitive Success podcast. And I'm so glad that you're still here and that you hopefully get some value from these conversations as you're listening again. And yeah, one new thing is that you can actually watch me talking as well on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, I can wave to you. Hello. So good to see you. And if you're still listening on my podcast, not with the video, that's totally fine as well. I wanted to increase the options for you to listen where you feel most comfortable. So, yeah, I'm on YouTube as well. So go over there and check it out and hit the like and subscribe and all of those things if you're not here. So, cool. And yeah, I wanted to talk about starting something new today. Some things that I would really want you to get, and something that I learn, and something that I feel like I need to tell my clients over and over again. And it's so important because when we start something new, we don't need anyone else's permission, but sometimes it feels like we do. So if you are waiting for permission to start something new, to start something that you know that you want to start, here's your permission. Your permission slip granted. Do it, okay? But yeah, you don't need anyone's permission. And it's important to back yourself. It's really a decision. So you can think a lot about, is this the right thing to do? Like I did with when I started this podcast, it was like, oh, should I really do that? Is it the right thing to do? What if blah blah blah, all the things coming up. And I came to a point where I really said, no, this is it. Yeah, let's start. I made the decision and I just went with it. And then allow yourself to hold to that decision, to really say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it. And then all the other thoughts are gonna come up, like, who am I to do it? And excuses and things not to do it, but you have decided. So it's time to actually do it. Okay. And yeah, it's so important to back ourselves, to really keep ourselves to the decision and make clarify for ourselves why we want to do what we want to do. Like starting a podcast, yeah, I want to connect with amazing speakers, to have conversations with them, but also to say things like this that I can say over and over again to my clients, and that I know myself that I need to hear from time to time, and I can spread that to those who need to hear it. And just to keep at your why, and keep yourself to your decision and go with it. And know that if you're seeing something that you feel like, oh, why is no one doing that? Why is no one putting together a podcast about dogs? I don't know. Someone probably is, but yeah, you get what I mean. And why not you? Why don't you make a decision to do that you see that is needed in the world? Maybe you see it because it's your task to do it, right? So yeah, back yourself and just see that it can't be perfect from the start. This is a big one. And so yeah, it's okay to lean into the process. The goal here in the beginning is to be a beginner. You are a beginner and you just have to learn. Like with the podcast, I've been doing it for 2 years now. Yeah, my first episode is cringe. And and it's okay. It's okay. I was learning and I'm still learning. And now I'm on YouTube as well. And it's I'm probably gonna think this is cringe as well. But that's okay too. Because I'm learning, I'm going forward, I'm taking the steps, I have made a decision, and now I'm here and I'm doing it. One rule that I like is the 80-20 rule. Like 80% is okay. You don't have to be 100. And that goes for so many things, but especially when it comes to how things look when that I put out there. Those 20% makes such a small difference on on the end result, that it's okay if it's not 100%. It's okay. It can be 80%. I can be 80% satisfied with it. It can be 80% the way I really want it. So really give yourself some slack and say, yeah, it's okay. It's something I'm learning. I'm gonna put it out there. And it doesn't have to be a podcast or YouTube. It can be anything. It can be a new project. It can be eating regime. It can be exercise. It can be, yeah, whatever you want, really. Just realize when you do something new, give yourself some love and see that, yeah, I'm doing it for the first time. I didn't learn to bike in one day, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. This is the start of my journey. This is the start of my process, and I'm doing it. And another thing is to create the support around you. So if you have people around you, you don't need the permission, but create the support that you need. So if you have people around you that are skeptical about what you're doing, you don't have to talk to them about it if they don't understand what you're trying to create. Try to find people that actually are creating similar or do understand or do encourage you. Or, yeah, like, yeah, help. You can even pay for a coach or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, because we can create the support that we need. And it's important to, yes, we need to build the muscle to hold ourselves there. We need to build our leadership muscle, to build our grit, but it's also great to build a safety net, especially in the beginning, like building a greenhouse for the small plants before we put them out in spring, to start in a bit of a safer environment. And we can create that for ourselves as well. So, yeah, this is exciting. I'm excited for you if you're starting something new, and think to yourself, what do I need to make the decision? Can I just make the decision right now listening to this? Or do I need something else? Do I need, and it does, you don't have to know how it's going to look. You don't have to know how you're going to do it. You don't need the whole plan, because you're going to adjust along the way, right? So what you need is, yes, my intention is to do this. I have a decision to find out more about this. My decision is to research. My decision is to, like, the first step. What could the first step be? To research this, or to look more into it. To just decide, yes, this is something that I want to do. Because when you decide, you don't have to waste your energy on the decision anymore, because the decision is done. So you can use your energy, use that to actually research and see, okay, what do I need to do next? And then the next small step, and the next small step, and the next small step. And sure, it's important to have the vision and try to visualize and dream big, and just see into the future, what is it that you want to create. But that doesn't mean that everything has to be exactly that way, because that sets you up for failure. If you know exactly how you want it, you have to be able to adjust along the way as well. So what is your next step? What is your decision? I would love to hear it. So write it in the comments if you're over on YouTube, and go over to my Instagram at Frida Kabo and let me know there if you have made a decision, or if you know your next step. Let me know. And of course, if you want support, you know where I am. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy this podcast, and that you go over to YouTube and say hi and wish me luck over there. I will let you know a bit more. I will talk a bit more about sensitivity and success, and what that means, and how we can create your sensitive success. Have a beautiful day. Bye.